Brutaka stared at the open ocean. All he had seen for the last 1,000 years was his island home. He was sick of it. It's no fun being stranded in the middle of an ocean world. He would rather be off doing other things, but his duty of guarding the Ignika came first. His duty was boring. In fact, the last 1,000 years of his life were boring. The only threat around was a stirring volcano, and all he ever did was otherwise hide from the Matoran struggling to stay alive. He let out a sigh of boredom and sat down. Resting his back against a rock, with legs crossed, he pondered over ways to amuse himself.
I could drop another Tatorik in Metru and watch it destroy half the city.
But he immediately shook his head. It wouldn't have the same level of amusement. He stood back up and activated his mask of dimensional gates. The mask glowed, and a purple vortex swirled several feet above the ground, and he stuck his head and chest through. On the other side, he was a few hundred feet in the air. Less than a mile away was the island of Matanui. He had just discovered the island a few weeks ago while doing his daily exploring of the planet. He watched the island as the sun was setting off on the other side. It would be a great place to just get away from everything, but Axon would be wondering where he was and send someone to go out to find him.
It probably wouldn't work out anyway.
He pulled himself out and closed the portal.
It's populated as well. I'm not going to be hiding all the... Populated.
He mouthed. Then a grin grew on his face.
If there's Matoran there, then there's Toa. And Toa are the best people to mess with. But what to throw at them?
Each idea was carefully thought out, but eventually dismissed. Discouraged, he sat back down and stared at the starry night. As he did, his ideas quickly vanished from thought as a new one rooted itself inside. His eyes widened, and he sat himself up as if being pulled by the stars.
That's it! Something foreign! Too primitive for the species to find this world, yet advanced enough to cause problems for weeks on end.
His face lit up with a devilish grin. It was time to find the perfect entertainment. To be continued.